Hey guys, how's it going? As you can see here, I'm doing another benchmark test relating to the MSI Radeon 7970 HD 3GB Boost Edition card. I've just woken up, so bear with me. It's going to be relating to Crysis 3, what settings I've got it set at this current point in time, etc. I've got it actually set higher than what I had it before, and yet I'm getting a better frame rate than what I had before, so yeah. In my previous benchmark, I actually gave out falsified information. I didn't have my GPU or the GPU's memory clock overclocked, so yeah, anyway, the current clock speed for the GPU is 1190 megahertz. The actual standard clock or the core clock, whatever you want to call it, for the GPU is actually 1050 megahertz. So 1050 megahertz versus 1190 megahertz. Now, the memory clock, the core clock of the memory clock is 1375 megahertz. So that's for the core clock for the memory clock. And I've got that overclocked to 1535 megahertz. Now this is with the MSI Radeon Twin Frozer, I think 3 or 2, 7970. So it gives me an incredibly good experience with Crysis 3. So if you're getting a card like this for Battlefield 4, I would highly recommend it at this current point in time. It has 3GB of GDDR5 memory. The game plays on average when I'm not recording at 55 to 60 frames per second. It normally plays at 60, it occasionally drops at 55. It all varies on what's going on screen. So I'll try and get away from this helicopter. And yeah, it's just overall, it's a fantastic purchase. You know, $400 price to performance ratio is a key when you're purchasing PC components. And I've got to say, without a shadow of a doubt, this card has been delivering fantastic results with pretty much everything, ranging from playing almost every game on maximum settings, except for Crysis, 3. I can't exactly play it on maximum settings. So I'll get into the actual graphics I've got here. So 1920 by 1080, that's the highest resolution my monitor can handle or go up to. So yeah, full screen, as you can see, SMAA medium to TX, that's also on. Texture resolution is set to very high. Last benchmark I had, it was set to high. So yeah, in order for me to actually change it, I would have to quit the game and then go back into it, which I'm not going to be doing in this benchmark. As well as system specs, they're also set to very high. So I actually had that on high, and I also had that on high. I had the exact same amount of anti-aliasing on, and yet I wasn't getting anywhere near as well as a frame rate as what I got previously in the other benchmark. So overall, a $400 GPU, guys, you should at least consider buying this card. I mean, it runs Crysis 3 fantastically, and as we all know, with Crytek, they tend to like to abuse our systems. So yeah, as you can see here, the game is running, pretty goddamn good. So bear in mind, I'm not going to put this, I'm not going to put any annoying crap on screen. It's 55 to 60 frames per second on average when I'm playing without recording. When recording, it can all vary on the situation, but that is around about 30 to 40 frames per second when recording with these settings. So just go over the settings again so you can get an idea of what I've got set on. So yeah, if you believe spending $400 on a card like this is worth it, I'd say go for it. I'll actually set the motion blur high as well now. So yeah. As you can see here, the game hasn't really dropped in FPS. Actually, it hasn't dropped in FPS. I'm looking at the Fraps FPS counter. It's still saying 35, I think. It's around about 35 to 40 because it keeps fluctuating. But yeah, overall, guys, I would highly recommend this card. Definitely go and check it out. There's numerous websites you can go on to. There's Newegg. There's for Australian PC gamers, there's PC Case Gear. That's a fantastic site. That's actually where I got this card from. It only took me approximately 2 or 3 days to get the card. And yeah, so overall, and if you'd like to actually see my rig specifically, what it looks like, etc., then I'll be more than willing to make a video. But yeah, I've only got a 2 megapixel camera, so I have a fairly expensive computer, but my phone doesn't really have a very good camera. It's a 2 megapixel camera, and that's about it. It's not very good for capturing video, but you'll be able to see roughly what my PC looks like because I've got a 42-inch TV I'm playing on at this current point in time, which actually does provide you with a fairly good experience, but I'd still recommend a monitor overall. And yeah, so anyway, guys, if this benchmark is actually helping you in any way, shape, or form purchase this card, just let me know in the comments, as I would like to, know. So yeah, anyway, this has been the second benchmark with Crysis 3 for the MSI Radeon 7970 HD 3GB Boost Edition card. Pay attention to specifically what clock speeds I have with the card. I might be able to even go further with the clock speeds, but I just don't want my system having heating issues at this current point in time. It's just primarily me worrying about the card until I actually do the full-fledged research. I don't want to go too far with the actual overclocking, so yeah. This game is beautiful. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my benchmark test, and I shall catch you next time.